Hello again. Today I want to introduce you to a brand new module called ECA, which stands for Event, Condition and Action. It is a processor which is available for Drupal 9 and above, and it is kind of a replacement for rules, where rules has been very popular in the Drupal 7 times, but it hasn't ever really landed on Drupal 8 or 9. So in a customer project, we had the opportunity to start with a prototype, and it turned out that it works so well, and we had the chance to really build something from scratch and design it specifically for the new world in the Symfony framework for Drupal 8 and Drupal 9. So there is a ECA module which is just working behind the scenes, and what you need on top of that is a modular system which allows you to define in a UI your business process. It can be BPMN. BPMN stands for Business Process Modeling and Notation, which is kind of a standard across all industries. And you can implement any kind of modeler, not only BPMN modelers, but the two that we built or integrated are both out of the BPMN world. Now, enough of words, let's jump in. And for that, we prepared a brand new Drupal 9 website. No content, just installed. Congratulations, you installed Drupal using the standard installation profile from Drupal 9. In addition to that, we also downloaded the ECA module and the BPMN IO module. Now, what we have to do is to enable them. So go into Extend, scroll down to the Services section where we can find the 4 components. Let's enable them all and install them. They also require the Actions module from Drupal core. We're going to accept that to be enabled automatically as well. And after that, we can start building our first model right away. So in Workflow, we find the ECA section. There is no model available yet, so let's create a new one. And this is what we mean by integrated. It's just inside your Drupal site, and you can, give your model a name. We call that ECA intro, version 1, executable, and we start with a process, or not with a process, sorry, with an event. Now, this is our first event. And on the right, we have a panel where we can specify attributes of that event. Now, of course, what we would like to do is tell the BPMN model it should react on a Drupal event. And for that, we provided all the known Drupal events to this modeler. And if we open that template drop down, you can see the number of events that are available is huge. So all of them come from Drupal, no configuration required. We recognize them, or ECA recognizes them automatically. Now for this demo, let's use a simple one. We want to react to the event if a content entity is being updated. Give it a name, update entity. We can see that label here as well. And then we want to perform an action. Now the action in this case, let's start simple. We only want to display a message to the user. Hooray! Content updated. Let's save that model and see if it actually works. For that, let's create a new content. There is none available yet. We start with an article, call it test1, save that. And nothing else happens apart from a message which comes from the node module, which we already know even without ECA, which is, of course, because we have created a new node, we haven't updated an existing one. Now let's update that one by editing again, save it again, and there you go, we see our extra message over there. Now, great, no configuration, just building your model and off you go. That's all you need. Now let's go back to that workflow ECA section. Now we can see here is our first model that we created. Where does it go actually? Well, this is a config entity. So ECA is storing that in a unified format, which is no longer dependent on the modeler. This is stored as a config entity in ECA format. Okay, now that means you can create a lot of such models and you can copy them over to other Drupal sites that you maintain easily as well. Now let's go a little bit further by extending our model, and instead of only showing a message, what we also want to do is let's set a value to an entity field. Now selecting that template, which also comes from Drupal, so the modeler doesn't have to be modified. This just works as you install it. We give it a name, set title. The field we want to modify is the title field, and the field value is hello from username. And the notation you see here is Drupal tokens. So yes, we are supporting tokens. And what we also want to do is save the entity afterwards. Probably just to be safe, strip text and trim the title at the same time as well. Just, because it's nice. Let's save that. Okay. And I'll go back to our node, edit that node again, save it. And what happens is, magically, we have hello from admin, because that's my username right now, and the title has been changed automatically. So that's a quick introduction. We want to stop this part 1 of the video here. Please come back and have a look into the second part, which we will link at the bottom of this video. And then we go into more detail. Thanks for listening and see you later.